Okay, so today we're going to be discussing the Elite Dropshippers Overstock tool, and you'll notice here I'm on eBay. I'm searching by seller, just like I showed you on yesterday's video, and we're going to look at Overstock. Really, the only people selling Overstock items is Overstocks and ourselves here at EDS, unless there is competition with items over at Amazon. But you can see here that they sold 108 of these units, 56, and so the intention, I believe, of Overstock is that they get a lot of liquidation items over, and they're just getting them out of there. So they're always going to be under retail, and their items are going to be cheaper than most people most of the time. So what I want to show you is, let's take a look at the tools that we have here at EDS. So we're going to go over to Overstock Dropship Training. Just like Amazon, you're going to have a full-on training on Overstock on how to do this by hand, video per video module. But not only that, you also get a tool that is a data miner that helps you get data faster. Okay, so we got listing an item, finding Overstock items, how do you locate those items, processing an Overstock sale, how do you actually process an Overstock sale, and then of course our software here. So let's go to module 3, because I believe this is really what builds it up. There's a video here that's going to show you how this actually works. I'm on a Mac today. I want to teach you guys that this also works on Mac. So if you're a Mac user, you don't have to use TurboLister as a Windows, because that's a Windows tool. But as stated, for Mac users, you're going to be using File Exchange. So let's open up our tool here. First thing I'm going to do is use our screen grabber. So I'm just going to open this up in a new window, and I want that URL that's in there. And there's actually a video showing you how to use this tool, but essentially it's really easy. We're just going to grab that URL right there, copy, and then that's all I wanted. We're going to head over to flatware. I search an area under the home, kitchen, and then flatware area, and I just picked a page here. You'll notice that some of these items are clearance, and so if you open this item up, you'll notice that it says very high sellout risk because they're running low on inventory. So keep that in mind. We do have a price and stock notifier tool that will allow you to get notifications on the EDS side, to just like we did for Amazon, to make sure that your item is in stock, and so keep those items updated over there and get notified. The other thing you can do as well is in the inside we'll teach you some tricks on how to track this as well. So let's go ahead and head back over here. Okay, these items here, I copied a link. I just showed you I copied this URL back here, and what I'm going to go ahead and do is paste this URL right in front of this link up here. So we're just going to paste that right there. So it's going to be the Elite Dropshippers tool, and then hit space, and then grab the SKU numbers. I must have put them there in the wrong area. Let me try that again. So what this tool does, it's going to grab all the SKUs for each of these items. Okay, now that we have some SKUs here, so these are actually SKU numbers. They usually start with a 1, and it grabs SKUs from that page. Let me scroll down here and copy these. I'm going to copy these. I'm on a Mac. It's Notepad on the PC, but I'm just going to throw this into a text edit file. Okay, it's really simple. All we're doing is saving this file, and we're going to call it flatware. We want to make it plain text. We don't care about the fonts. So now it's plain text under format. Okay, we're going to right click and paste that in there, and there you have it. We're going to click on the top here, and we're just going to call it flatware. And I'll put that in my desktop. So I'll call it flatware, maybe Overstock flatware. Okay. Press enter. You can change the color. It doesn't matter. I'll call it green. Okay, so now that we're done with this file, we don't need it anymore. Let's head over to our tool and let's go to the module 3, and this tool is going to allow you to grab all that information. So we're going to launch the Overstock scraper. We're going to use File Exchange because we're on a Mac, and then we're going to use the skew list scraper because that's what we're grabbing. And then here you're going to enter the information for your store. So again, just like the Amazon we did yesterday, we're going to have premium, and that's depending on the store that you have, okay, because there's different fees there. You know, the bigger the store, the less it costs you to list, right? So that's being compensated there. The skew prefix for this, again, is if you're using somebody, and this gets stored in the inside of your store. This never gets shown on the sides of your listings. So this is for your personal use only. It's optional. You don't have to fill it out. And then here you enter your store name. Here you're going to enter your email, your PayPal email where you want to get paid, and then how much profits you want to be making. Okay, if you choose to do best profits, you can. It's totally up to you. And then how many items you want in stock. And then template, you know, we usually leave it standard, but there is other looks and templates. We found that some folks prefer just to have a standard template, and you can always modify those inside your Excel file, like we showed you in the last video. So choose the file. This is where you're going to pick the file that we just created, and it's going to grab all those items in one lump sum to a file. So that's going to save you quite a bit of time, as you can imagine. Okay. So we go to desktop. There's the green little icon, Overstock flatware. Perfect. Okay, so I want to fill this out, and then I'll open this into a CSV file for you. Okay, so you can see here that I have my items up. Because this is all pretty much the same category, flatware, we can just use the title tool that we did in yesterday's video to figure out where this stuff goes. So I'm just going to take flatware set, okay, go to my title optimizer, and I can use title optimizer, and we're just going to paste flatware set in there. Okay, and you can see the category is going to be 20693. Right click, copy, head back over to category. We're going to paste it in here, and I'm going to double click the bottom right. It's going to fill in all the rest of the categories. There you go. So now they're all the same category because these are all flatware, so they're going to match eBay's categories. That's the first thing you need to do to this file. The next thing is I've added and included the weight major, weight minor, and dimensions, but you'll notice that all these are set to ones, and then same thing with sizes. The reason I did that is because Overstock doesn't provide us with the dimensions or weight on all items, unfortunately. So if you want to look under the product Q&A, sometimes you'll find it in here. Inside the product reviews and then product details, sometimes you'll find the sizes in here, but just briefly looking, I'm not finding it here. So I'm not going to spend time on these right here, so I'm going to go ahead and delete these 3 columns, but they're there if you ever want to fill those in, okay, and best match it. You can always do it later inside of eBay, but we'll delete those for now. We don't have to worry about store category. Again, you can always modify these in the inside. You'll notice that the picture URL, as in the last file, they're all filled in here for you, so it's kind of nice to refer back to these. If you ever want to modify your own pictures, you can. We have a tool to do that in the inside as well that we recommend, and you can take this image and then add maybe like a what do you call it, some shading. You can even flip it, but again, for now, for this tutorial, I'm just going to leave it as is. Titles, you definitely want to change up your titles, but what I'm going to do for now is take the longest title I see here, which appears to be this one here, and just make sure it's not over 80 characters. Okay, so I'm going to head over to our title builder. Okay, so let's go to Tools, Title Builder. So we're going to go ahead and paste it in here, and you'll notice that the longest title is about 64, so we're okay. Yeah, that size is okay. So obviously we have a lot of items here, 51 to be exact, and we want to optimize these titles, but I'm not going to do it on this video just because of not making this video too long. But what you would do is, of course, go into looking at main keywords, okay, and we would paste flatware in here, flatware set. Click on get keywords, you're going to receive, you know, roughly about 100 keywords or so. So here you got sterling, silver, stainless. Obviously, don't put the keywords that don't match. So if they're not vintage, don't add vintage. Okay, if they're not sterling, you know, don't use that. But you know, you got different ideas here that you can use, and of course, you can also use our other title optimizer that we just pulled up. Open up in a new tab, and we'll use flatware. Same thing here, other keywords that you can use. Not as many in here, but you still get an idea. We got some items are being used new, you know, you got setting, place, etc. So not much you can say and talk about flatware, so it's not a category that you can really speak too much about, but you get the idea. You can add keywords like kitchen, so that can be like if we can fit that in there, I think we can, but you know, you can insert that all at once. There's different tricks that will show you in the inside on how to populate all these with the same keywords and everything, so that way you're speeding up your time. So read, you see these right here. Looks like these didn't get replaced correctly. So if I find anything that's like that, you can do Control X, well, Control C to copy that. Control F. Sorry, this is Command F. I'm on a Mac. So Command C to copy, Command F to find, and then I'm going to do a replace inside of Excel. I'm in Excel here, and then I'm going to find what. Command V to paste that, and I'm going to replace that, and I'll double check my title over here, and you'll notice that they have just an ampersand. Okay, so what I'll do is replace that with this. Okay, and I'll make sure there's no spaces after each other and replace all. 29 instances. So I went through and replaced all of those funky looking words. Okay, and that's typically, you know, HTML when you grab the information. So again, you know, clean it up as much as you can. The titles are also carried inside the H1 area under the description. Okay, so you want to make sure you optimize these. We got our categories. We check our prices. Let's check our prices really quick. So, $154.87. Okay, I put about $6-7 profit that I want to make on these, and you always want to double check your prices. So let's take a look at that item. $129.99. Okay, I have a premium store. Item is going to cost me $129.99, and then the buy it now price is $154.87. So you'll see I'll make about $6 profit after all is said and done. Okay, and we are essentially done. It's going to be a 30-day auction, or 30-day rather, buy it now. And I'm not going to do a best offer, so we're going to set these all to 0. Okay, we can delete that best offer column, and we are done. The next step you want to do, in final step before we upload this file, is, if you remember from the video that I mentioned on Macintoshes, if you're on Excel, the formatting gets messed up if you save it anything other than Windows CSV. So you want to save as, Windows comma separated CSV. Okay, it's very important that you do that. And then I'll call this the final file, eBay final. Okay, and we can erase that. I say just give it a title that you'll recognize, title that you can go back to, and then make sure to hit save. All right, and just hit continue here, It's just notifying you that it's going to lose its formatting if you save it as CSV, which is fine. We're in Excel. So folks have asked me if they can use other software. I don't support other software, so you have to play with it if you want to figure out the formatting. I just like to stick to what's been working. Excel for both Windows and PC, it's easier to talk about. So that's the only thing different that you have to do on the Windows, rather a Macintosh, is save it as a CSV for Windows. Okay, and the final step is we're going to upload this file into eBay, but like I did yesterday, it didn't go. It's not going to be one item. It's obviously going to be 50 items at once. So it's going to save you a lot more time. You always want to double check the pricing, okay, to make sure it's not you're not losing a profit, and that's really the next step. So here we go, guys, on the upload. Before I upload this file again, let me stress: check the prices. I noticed that 45p silverware for 725 look kind of out of whack on pricing, and you'll notice there's several of them in here. So if you see anything like this, that should be a red flag to double check your item. Okay, so what I'm going to do is hide this, right click and hide this column, and then I'm going to sort the price by low. So we're going to go to, I believe it's data, sort. There we go. So we got about 4 items there. You can fix them or you can delete them, and so it's totally up to you. But if I check the ASI, the SKU number here, rather, copy that. Okay, head over back to Overstock and search for that SKU. You'll notice that it says there's no price here. You have to add the price to the cart. So you'd have to look for these by hand. There isn't that many, so I can just do it and then figure out your price point from there. So if I was to do this one, it would be add to cart. My price is going to be $49.99 on this one. So we'll do $49.99. And if I want to make about a $6 profit, it'd be roughly $64.99. Yeah, $6.97. So I'll put this one at $64.97. $64.99. Alright, and let's check the next one. Copy the SKU, go back to Overstock. Same thing. It's an added cart. See the price. This one's $143.99. And you can usually go higher in profits for higher items, so you can probably do $176.99. It's about $11.64 profit. So I'll go with that. Do the next one. So we got $72.99. $72.99, and let's do about $10 above that. So we'll do like 82. Let's do $83.99. That's 70 cents. So let's do 88. That's 5. 89. That's 6. So we'll do 89. We'll do 91. 97. And finally, we'll do this guy here. $74.99. It's about the other one there. So okay, so we're done with the prices on those. Again, double check the other guys. Okay, I'm sorted here by from lowest to highest. So let's see, 28, 23. So this one is 1847. So that looks about right. Okay, let's see this other one here. 3101. And this one is under. So, you know, compensate for, always double check prices. Sometimes these prices are getting pulled, are from a discounted area. So not always 100% of prices, so just make sure you double check your prices. So 31.01. And we're going to have to do about 44.10. That'll work. Alright, so I'm going to go through, double check these prices, and I'll be right back. I've gone through and checked and verified all my prices for that $6-7 profit range, and we are good to go. Okay, and just to double check, okay, you guys always have to double check your prices. Okay, I don't want you guys not to lose a profit. Again, the price checker will probably tell you anyway. The price out of stock checker will tell you that you're going to be under, because you're going to have that list on the left hand side, and the right hand side you'll see that if the price is lower than Overstock's price, then that is when you need to make a move quick. So to change the prices. So let's go ahead and upload this file. We are ready. File, save as. Okay, we're going to go ahead and choose the file. eBay final flatware fee that we just saved, and we're going to upload it just like I showed you yesterday. And within a few minutes, I should have 50 items listed on my store. Alright, once you're done, you'll get all these beautiful emails saying your eBay listing is confirmed, and it just starts going boom, 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 and they're all listed, ready to go on your store. The final step is Overstock Price Alerter. Okay, this is going to let you know if the price has changed or if it's out of stock. Just like the Amazon tool, you want to enter your eBay credentials. Okay, we're going to show you how to do that in the inside, and then you want to load your inventory. Okay, so you're going to load your inventory by checking this box off, hit save. Okay, so once it says saved, the next step is go over to manage, and then you want to go ahead and click on filter IDs. So now it's going to go through and start grabbing those Overstock IDs in the items, and then start doing price comparisons. This can take up to a few hours because we have a lot of users using the software, so keep that in mind. But you have the idea. Same thing's going to happen. You can go price alerts and out of stock. If we head over to, well, actually, you saw it yesterday in the video where we have the items prices in the out of stock showing up. Okay, so because I just listed some Overstock items on this particular store, I wanted to just show you that this is possible for Overstock and Amazon as well through the Elite Dropshippers tool. So I really think these tools are going to help you monitor your items faster and better. Okay, if you have a few hundred items up, it's okay, but you start growing and growing, you do need these tools. You do need to automate these tools to keep track of your items and your profits. Okay, we just recently had a testimonial of someone on our team who went over $4,600 in profits. Okay, and that's 2 months in a row now, plus. So it's amazing to see the tools being utilized, the feedbacks we're receiving. That's just one of many stories, and so we encourage you to get back to the person who invited you. Get started with us, start using our tools, and let's make your day, your month, a successful month. This is Cesar Ramirez. We'll see you on the next video.